The day has finally arrived where Bitcoin, your time has come. It's time to expose Bitcoin and possibly Ethereum if we do have time towards the end of the video, but I'm not sure about that portion of the video. But Bitcoin, here we go. It seems as no one is safe, guys. Check this out from Daniel Roberts. The NSA invented Bitcoin. Wait, what? 1996 paper titled How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. Source include Tatsuaki Okamoto. Who else would be able to sit anonymously on 1 million coins, guys? Oh, and they invented SHA-256 as well, right? You can't make this stuff up. NSA employees, how to make a mint, the cryptography of anonymous electronic cash. Can't make that stuff up, guys, right? Who created Bitcoin? Do we really think someone out in their cave, right? Some old person from a decade ago invented Bitcoin, guys, right? Of course not. Who was it? It was these 3-letter agencies, right? Let's think about it right here. So even if this is true, though, which I don't think it is from proof of work, but why would they create something they can't control and subvert their whole system? But wait a minute, all transactions are public, right? Which is why Monero is clearly superior. Only if you want anonymous transactions, that is. But that also means the government will fight it, guys, right? Most definitely. So there's a lot of things happening here. And if you thought that was it, guys, this has to be one of the crazier finds, okay? The Nano CBDC was built by the MIT Digital Currency Initiative. The lead devs of this group are literally the exact same lead devs or developers of Bitcoin Core, the software that runs Bitcoin nodes. They built the Federal Reserve, a centralized Bitcoin, guys. So it seems as this is how people got tricked. Why? When did Bitcoin come about? You guys remember? Right after, literally, the 2008 recession took place. When it occurred, guys, right? That's when it came about. Think about it. Why would they timed it so perfectly? So first things first, this is just mind-boggling. These people play 5-dimensional checkers, guys, as Dave Visscher stated, right? So they basically orchestrated a recession to occur, so people become afraid and lose hope on their system. So then, the NSA, whoever it may have been, pulled out the Bitcoin card, guys, out of their hat, right, and launched it. So now the people who lost hope on this on the NSA, whoever's the Federal Reserve System, they now had a sun ray of light shining, which was Bitcoin. But remember, what if I think they did, guys, they created Bitcoin in the first place, right? So it seems like this has to be the craziest thing of my life, right? People got tricked not once, but twice. And people keep getting tricked, guys, right? So then, even crazier is, there's already proof, supposedly, that certain people in the world today already know who Satoshi is or are, because there's supposedly 4 right here. Check this out. And then we have David Visscher talking after this about Bitcoin and XRP.
Our agents who started looking at another online marketplace through the deep web, which was called Black Market Reloaded. They were sending weapons through packages and ordering them on the dark web. And he was really, really smart, forward-leaning agent. And he goes, I want to go interview Satoshi Nakamoto. And we're like, what? He said, yeah, I want to go interview this guy. And at the time, we're like, hey, it's a figment of somebody's imagination. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. So, we had all this pushback from our headquarters. And we thought, hey, if an agent wants to go talk to him and we have some money, why don't we send him? Let's find out how this works. So as it came to be, the agents flew out to California, and they realized that he wasn't alone in creating this. There were 3 other people. And they sat down and met with them and talked to them to find out how this actually works and what the reason for it was.
And it's a task force.
There you guys go, right? So people are getting exposed like never before, guys. At least 2023 is a year where people start waking up, so to speak. Right? Satoshi thinks XRP Ledger is decentralized. Bitcoin Maxi is going to scroll past this one. Ripple's interesting in that this was from Satoshi. It's the only other system that does something with trust besides concentrate it into a central server. very fascinating indeed, right? So Satoshi Nakamoto gave Ripple the green light, so to speak. But no other project except Ripple and the XRP or XRPL think, right? So there seems to be a whole agenda brewing, but most people can't see. Bitcoin Bitcoin will march with XRP into the new financial system, into that new world, guys. But first, things will need to turn into ash. Bitcoin is the quote unquote phoenix, same as XRP, supposedly, right? I'll only buy Bitcoin when it's minus 99%. If it's not, so it be. David Shore stated, XRP solves a multi-trillion-dollar problem. Look what he said. Look what he talks about Bitcoin here, though.
The piece we hadn't seen before in Bitcoin was proof of work. But the magic, I think, comes from the fact that there is no central operator. All transactions are public. All the transaction rules are public. Anybody can enforce transaction rules. Like, that was kind of where the magic was. And so we kind of took it apart, and the use case that we decided to target in the early days was payments. Payments are a multi-trillion-dollar problem, and it seems like cryptocurrencies are just naturally suited to make payments better. And it's specifically, we kind of focused on cross-border international payments, not because domestic payments are great, but because it's cross-border payments are the worst. Like, if anyone who's made an international payment probably has stories of bad experiences. And so the worse the thing you start with, the less amazing you have to be better. And I think we can eventually be amazing and sort of take over the payments world, but we're not going to be there day one. And so if we can't succeed against the worst part of the problem, why are we bothering?
Wow, that's so crazy, guys. We could be what?
Take over the payments world.
Take over the payments world. You can't make this stuff up. That's what Dave Vishor stated, guys. There may be a day where they take over the payments world, right? But not on day one. Right. So things do take time. Why? Because we're targeting the current the traditional system. The traditional system is a turtle, guys. Right? Compare XRP to the traditional financial system. It hasn't been updated in literally decades upon decades upon decades. Now, I don't hold any Bitcoin anymore. The myth Bitcoin supply is only 21 million coins has already fallen apart. I have actually seen a few other posts from the Bitcoin maximalist community, guys. They have been talking about raising supply or changing the maximum supply, if I'm not mistaken, guys, some way, somehow. And I did a little bit more research. Let's talk about it right now. First things first, let's watch this video. I'm telling you guys, things are getting quite interesting, aren't they?
With that, so
yeah. Well, I saw you had the Bitcoin logo on your profile, and I thought you lost a bet.
Yeah, Jenna, don't get me wrong. I lost a bet, and I don't hold any Bitcoin anymore. That's the funniest part. I sold all of my Bitcoin in the last, I think it was 2021 when I sold my last piece of Bitcoin. I don't hold any Bitcoin anymore. Nowadays, I do understand more deeply about the financial system, and in my opinion, the time to make life-changing gains with Bitcoin and Ethereum as well, it's over a long time ago, but that's my opinion. No?
Do you think that XRP has the potential to reach levels where Bitcoin is? Or what kind of ROI do you see? And I'm going to take this to both of you. Do you think that we can see short-term and long-term?
Well, I don't like to make price predictions, like specifically to say we're going to reach this number or that number, but I firmly believe that XRP can overtake Bitcoin. I mean, just look for real-world utility, right? Why is Bitcoin so expensive right now? There's not really some sort of real-world utility. It's just merely a speculative asset. Just investors buy and sell, and that's how it will determine if the price will go up and down. Just that there is a huge argument that, the supply is limited. It's 21 million and it's a fixed supply, but that doesn't add up. We know that if the devs can come together, they can actually increase the Bitcoin supply way over 21 million. And we know that XRP, yes, does have a higher supply, but it's also a deflationary asset. We just see that every transaction burns XRP. And what I do believe is going to happen is financial institutions to adopt XRP, and that's actually what's going to drive the price up.
Listen very carefully, right? Talks about how the devs can join hands and increase the supply from 21 million to whatever they want to choose, right? Out of thin air. Validators can increase Bitcoin supply, and XRP is a deflationary asset, right? XRP to overtake Bitcoin is a real possibility. This is how Bitcoin may literally collapse, right? But Bitcoin is the phoenix. If it's the phoenix, that means it will rise back up again, because Bitcoin will lure you back again, it will not, I don't think it will 100% die away, guys. They're going to use Bitcoin as much as possible, basically, right? Use the S out of it to lure, trick people, and bring them to the new financial system, right? So Bitcoin XRP will be marching forward, it seems as. When we talk about the Bitcoin circulating supply, can the core Bitcoin developers increase Bitcoin 21 million supply? No, the core Bitcoin developers cannot increase the Bitcoin supply of 21 million coins. Changing the maximum supply would require a fundamental change to the Bitcoin protocol, and such changes can only be implemented through a process known as a hard fork. However, any proposal to increase the supply would require widespread consensus among the Bitcoin community, including miners, users, and node operators, which is highly unlikely to happen, that given the 21 million supply limit is one of the core principles of Bitcoin. Check this out, because something fishy is definitely taking place, guys. Bitcoin Core is already laying the ground for dismantling the 21 million coin limit, right? So, if we check this out, look at this. Peter Todd is a loud advocate for increasing the total supply. Peter advocates for Bitcoin to raise its limits of 21 million BTCs or Bitcoin, right? Wow, this is absolutely crazy, guys. So it seems like something is most definitely brewing, and supposedly I think this is a core Bitcoin dev. I'm not quite sure. Look at this, a very influential individual in the Bitcoin development. Look at this, guys. Other people are commenting if they increase Bitcoin supply cap, is done, right? It truly is. So I don't know what's going to occur, but something will at the end, guys, that will decimate Bitcoin, but will again bring it back up again. Or a 51% attack, right? Who are these miners? They're all centralized at the end, guys. So there's a lot of different issues with Bitcoin. I don't know which excuse they're going to use, right, to bring it down, but we'll bring it back up again. That's what I feel like, at least, because of BG123, the Phoenix picture symbol onto the Bitcoin column. Now, financial advice, let us see what happens, guys, right? We can talk about Ethereum in today's video, but Ethereum time is coming in as well. One day, guys. Who knows when, but let us see. I'm thinking during the collapse, all these things will occur. Not financial advice, never financial advice, and not never financial advice. Anyways, guys, hope you guys amazingness. See ya. Wow.